All right, hello and welcome to the meeting of the Darien Architectural Review Board. Sorry, first time. It is 6:59 on Tuesday, February 18th. Chairman Elizabeth Geiger, our fearless leader, is away. So my name is Anya Janis and I'm the vice chair. And I'll be running today's meeting. I have Christina Hart, Cheryl Green, David Riley, Kate Pacelli, Sean Brown, and Alexandra Lopatinsky will be taking notes. We only have new business tonight, and first up we're going to start with ARB 1, 2025, Bespoke Goods at 863 Boston Post Road.
That's me, but my colleague's not here yet.
Okay.
She's on her way.
All right, happy to skip ahead.
Okay.
So then we will move ahead to ARB 5, 2025. That's the Goddard School at 450 Heights Road.
Hi, I'm Ashley Andrews, and I'm representing the Goddard School. We are proposing currently one sign. I did upload the new renderings, right there. It's just the logo and the letters, stud mounted.
Start with that, if you want context, of they'll ask.
And that's on the Heights Road side, correct?
Great.
Yes.
What is the significance of the logo? That's just part of your branding.
I'm actually with the sign company.
Oh.
So it's a horse.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
not 100% sure on that.
So that fits all the guidelines in terms of height. So letters themselves are 11.75. Total square footage for the facade, I think when I looked at it, it seemed like there's probably room to spare.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to spare.
Yeah.
Sign area is 31 square feet, which would be, probably 32 is the max, right, in that zone. Where is the zone? Did you check that out, Anya?
It is DC, so I don't know what that means.
DC is automobiles, so automobile district allows up to 26 inches for logos and letters and a maximum of 48 square foot for a facade.
Yeah.
So
I think
they're
it
well
looks
within that.
It's
Right.
fine with me.
I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not lit, right? It's
No.
Okay.
So, Ashley, I think I did ask you by email because I still have an issue. When I see this is scaling 20 and this is scaling 1175,
Mm-hmm.
to me, 11 is almost half of 20, and this looks like more than 1175. Not that it's wrong in terms of its proportion. I think that if this is really 20, is it really measured in terms of scale here, or is this just me?
I sent them your email, and this
Yeah.
is what they
This is
sent
what
me
they
back.
said.
Yeah.
So
So
you
it looks
all
like
agree
it's-
with me, and it's like
Yeah, I see the
11
scale
scale
size.
size
It's
is
a
a
little
foot.
bit, like, is it 5 inches above and below the T? I mean, could that
5?
be? I don't think it looks less than that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the letters are a little bit, not that there's any problem with it. If this is a proportion, I think the proportion looks fine. But then is that gonna be, what I'm afraid is if the 11.75 actually looks too small. Like if this is a good proportion and you get 20 and 11, then is that all right? Or does it need to be a little bit bigger because the size of this facade is,
What's the height of the facade?
the height here is 7 feet or so. There's this big,
7.25.
big band.
No, but what's the height of it?
Well,
The
that,
The
dimension,
height of the band.
the height of the band.
Oh,
That's-
it's 3 feet.
Like the face.
The white fascia is 3 feet tall?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
you're right.
That's all right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It is 3 foot tall here. That
Including
white
the trim or the flat
Look at
part?
it.
That's with the trim too, I believe.
Okay.
So, yeah, with trim. So maybe like 2'9". Yes, it's- you're going through the same exercise as
Yeah, that doesn't
This
look
doesn't look right then.
No.
Huh?
Like the 3 feet to the
I like-
7 and
I
a
like-
quarter.
proportion doesn't look.
No,
Right.
I think it looks,
Right.
I think it
It's
looks
off.
better
So
here.
Mhm.
And I think your comment on the 11 3/4 is gonna be too small.
Kind of like spacing like that.
What was the measurements on the first one we
So
submitted?
11
that we
It was the
had?
same. It
That's
didn't
a
change.
third of the-
Oh,
that's a
it
third.
stayed-
looks like
stayed
about
11.75.
Overall.
What you said me was
It
the
could be,
same.
it could
Yeah.
be, it could be.
So I mean, if you know there's another dimension, that'd be
You-
great,
you
but,
think
I mean,
that-
we can,
It's a third above and a third
Yeah.
below those
Yeah,
lines?
it look-
Yeah, because you
yeah,
gotta
if
think of the trim is
if you-
included in that 3 feet.
Top of
So-
the trim to the bottom of the trim, the
Alright.
entire fish will work.
Advocating for a larger.
Okay.
Is that what's happening?
Sounds good.
I mean, it's
That
hard.
proportion looks good to me.
That-
I mean,
that's what I said,
assuming
looks
that's
good.
what.
so you guys think it's a foot below, a foot above, and it's about a foot-ish?
Yeah, it's
For the
11
letters?
3/4.
All right, okay. Well, whatever this looks like,
So as long as it looks just like
as
that?
long as it looks just
Yeah,
like this.
exactly.
And actually, the logo on the rendering, on the elevation, does look a little bigger proportionally to the lettering as compared to what you're seeing on the side
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So that looks more accurate on the elevation.
Do they have this little registered sign, do they have to put that there, a little R?
I think they do. It's on
Yeah.
all the ones that I've done.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so I think they do.
kind of funny.
Is that trademark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oops.
So
Check out that building.
do we wanna do a conditional favorable report, or do we wanna do something just administrative approval to better reflect what?
If you guys are okay with this, you
Yeah.
can just approve it and we'll
I'm
just
good with
write it
that.
in.
I'm
We'll
good
just,
with
I'll
this.
put
All right.
that drawing and I'll make sure that's uploaded to the permit when she files the permit.
Alright,
That'll be
fantastic.
the reference.
Alright, so, favorable report. Alright, thank you.
And you guys only have one sign, I did clarify that.
Yes.
There's no, Liz wanted to know if there was other signs on the back or the parking entrance, and there is only one sign, this one.
Yes.
That's it.
There's it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Alright, so next up we have, sorry,
So my colleague's in the building, just trying to find the room. She had a little medical emergency, so that's, so
we can keep going ahead, we can
can we
do,
go third? 'Cause she
Yeah, yeah,
she has
yes,
to leave by,
yes. no
Sorry.
problem. Alright, so we'll
Thank
do,
you.
ARB 7/2025, that is Wonder Restaurant at 1897 Boston Post Road.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good, good. Brought coffee for everybody, but I don't know if you need it.
Nope.
Yes.
Unless they're sent.
Yes, more than.
The last one?
You're good.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I have it.
So that's, the name is Wonder Dairy in Connecticut. Is that the full name? That's what the sign will,
No, the name is only, it's just Wonder.
Just
that's it.
Wonder,
Just
okay.
Wonder.
Oh, apologies, again, new to this. Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm
As
sorry.
you-
Yeah, so my name is Antonio. I'm from CAD Science. We're actually the local sign installers that are gonna be installing the signs. We're applying for the permits as well.
And Antonio, can I ask you what your last name is?
Arrieta, Arrieta.
Sorry.
No worries. And sorry, and you're with
CAD Science.
Kat?
CAD, CAD Science.
So I think over here, I'm most confused on the vinyl. Can we get down to the vinyl page? And what I had a hard time deciphering is, are these windows being covered up completely with vinyl or not? Hervé, if you go all the way down, or is,
Computer was,
yes, so I couldn't tell
Yeah.
if that ombre is a complete covered window or not.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
No, everything that you see, like the light blue gradient
Yeah.
type, that is meant to be the window. The
Okay,
glass.
that's the window.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the glass,
fantastic.
yeah.
All right, so I think that was just a concern that we had. And
so the
then,
confusion was, because here it says first,
3M
3M
applies
vinyl
to-
applies
yes.
first surface to window and then white vinyl for the lettering. So why
Correct.
is there something that
It's fine,
says
as long as
first
it's-
surface?
yes, as long as it's open.
First surface, it just means that it's gonna be installed from the outside of the window. That's basically what it means. It's gonna be die cut lettering, With just, pretty much just this,
Yeah.
just that.
And I mean, I love that, is this their design or is this your design or?
That's
is
their
it
design,
I
yeah.
mean, it's a
They-
really,
To be honest with you, Wonder, they're really famous to do a lot of window graphics.
yeah,
And actually the first package we sent to you guys, it has 10 times more graphics than this. Then we get the regulation about
yeah,
10%.
yeah, we're.
We tell them, well, it
Yes.
is what it is.
It's very chic though, I do like it. I think, the question is, Hervé, can we go up to the, I'm calling it a blade sign.
Yeah.
The interior blade sign.
The window sign, yes. Mhm.
Yes, so the window side. So, and I might need some reminding on what regulations are. This is supposed to be internally lit, correct?
It was,
It was. It's no longer internally lit?
no longer.
Okay, so, you guys are allowed to have a sign, a blade sign parallel or perpendicular. This is like a 45 degree, but, any objections, thoughts, comments?
So that's on the interior?
That's gonna be installed to the ceiling, inside the store, yes.
Okay.
Originally, to be honest with you, Wonder always have this sign internally illuminated. It's like in all the different restaurants we have done around the area, it's always internally illuminated. I would say they changed it to non-illuminated because of the regulations that we were told. If you guys are okay with it to be illuminated, I think they will love that, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, whatever you guys decide, you know.
Didn't we debate this on the Warby Parker?
Yeah, I feel like
Mhm.
we had this conversation,
Yeah.
and settled on
Non,
non-illuminated.
yeah, it was
I think
set- I think it was, there was like a distance that was set in or something.
Right, and then I think of me, right, like we had put it more than 3 feet away from the window. So I think if it's in the window, it can't be, if you were willing to push it in further, then we could maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Um,
Potentially, there's gonna be like restaurant seating
Yeah,
tables,
that's
and you know, it has to be really close to the window. So if they have to stick with non-illuminated, I guess then they'll be right.
all right, any comments, thoughts?
I think it almost has to be, because of the configuration of the windows, it has to be sort of
Right there,
right there.
yeah.
So eliminated or not eliminated?
Non-illuminated.
Not
No,
eliminated, right?
And then the other sign, that's got the push-through letters using the same backer that's currently on there.
Correct.
And that'll be halo lit? correct?
Yes, correct. So the only thing that's gonna illuminate is the Wonder letters. Yeah, so at night it will illuminate it white. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
Wait.
But is that
Sorry, I asked about
the
street signs.
face of the letter or
Yeah, but
the
right here I
perimeter
can't
of
see.
The faceable letter. So normally, the acrylic is gonna have a green perforated vinyl.
Mhm.
During the daytime, it's gonna look green, but at night it's gonna illuminate white.
We didn't do that, we haven't allowed that.
Yeah.
It's only halo lit or indirectly
Right.
lit. So the letters should be, are usually opaque, and the glow is around the letters, not through the letters.
Yes, but this particular sign is a cabinet that is already existing. All we
Yeah,
do
but
is.
I think the letters on the existing sign had the opaque
Oh, so it's
facing, and it was just the
Edge.
edging, just the edge. is
like
what
the edge,
should have
okay,
been.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, we can do that as well, yeah.
Then you'd have to provide
A
a
new
revi-
of
a
course.
revised
Yeah.
PDF for that.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and that can be done administratively. Okay.
So the only thing is at night, then it's just gonna be the silhouette of Wonder with the backlit, right?
Correct.
So so you have to provide enough thickness and so that the white reads on the edges.
Yep,
Okay, all
I
right.
understand.
Size-wise, you guys are okay.
Can you blow that
Mr.
photo?
Brown, do you want the
Yeah.
address, the
Can you
address
blow
of
the
the
photo
door?
up?
Yeah. the
You're on
compu-
it. You're good.
Computer is slow because it's a big file, so it's like E.
Also have a bunch of tabs.
Well, but these are all my agenda items, so I don't want to lose them. Makes it faster for me to open them. That's what you're talking about?
No, it's on the, right, you move the photo to the left.
Left?
No, I mean, yeah, I want to, it's the monument sign out in the bush,
Oh.
to the right,
Street sign, the
the
street
street
number.
sign. I thought I saw it earlier, but I couldn't remember if they had the
Well, that was
number.
Maybe
actually
different
something they,
Yes.
I think they brought that up.
Yes,
Yeah.
No, but isn't it in the ground already?
Is there a monument sign? in
There
the
was.
front?
On the
There is
right,
a,
keep on moving the
actually,
photograph.
if you go to page number,
Go
oh, that
to
page should show
two.
it.
Can you move the photo?
Not really, I mean, I can try to.
I was trying to get it.
Oh, yeah, right.
The landing on post.
Is the number on it?
No, it just
Is it in the arch at
says
the top?
landing on
It
post.
doesn't say anything on top
It
of
just
it?
has like a,
But it doesn't, it's on the top of it, doesn't have the number on the top?
No, it's just a
Swirls?
really something or other.
Is that existing?
If you go to the first page, no, the page, page number 3, you'll see it.
go up to 2, it's on 2, I believe.
Is that the name of the building?
That's
I
what-
am not
Yeah.
sure.
That's- yeah.
Landing on post?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is.
Did we approve that?
I'm not.
I wouldn't have because it would have had a number on it.
No.
Something
No.
like that.
We saw,
Nobody can see it, right?
Moots for this, and we saw a Darien Kitchen. And then.
Oh my God, 2 people have tried here?
Well, the Moots never opened. They decided to move to Westchester. Their children had to move school, so they.
Was this built out originally as a restaurant? No. It was gonna be retail.
No, but it was gonna be a grocery store, fresh food place.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Moots, yeah,
Over my head.
yeah.
I don't remember seeing an approval for the landing on post sign.
You do?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I
either.
don't think we ever
I don't
looked
think
at
we
it.
ever did.
I think that's a.
No, because if we had, the number would have been in
I
that
think
article.
that's.
That's why I was looking.
Absolutely.
So that's
like
not
the-
sanctioned
it looks
by
like it's
Sean
the
Brown.
B20, like apartments.
That's a, I don't even.
Non-conforming.
Non-conforming.
Non-conforming condition.
It's all right, you
Doesn't
guys.
It's not
relate
part
to
of
this
the-
application,
It
but
doesn't
it's-
relate to this application, but it is.
But it's there and it probably shouldn't be there because what does it actually mean?
Uh-huh.
Because typically monument signs are limited to listings of tenants and they have certain design criteria.
Yeah.
And then the ARB takes a look at them.
Yeah,
Perfect.
anyway.
Yes,
I
May,
think, sorry, I'm sorry, Kevin. I made that sign, I think I pulled
You-
permits on that.
you committed
Did?
that
I
sign?
did all that, yeah.
You pulled it?
It could have been before our time.
It's not that old.
No,
No.
I wouldn't have missed that.
No.
No, you wouldn't have missed the opportunity.
All right, so,
So Kevin, were you asked to do because it's the name of the building? We were just trying to figure out where the land is.
Yes, they'd like to name each property, that's the name of that. Like Hot Heights Crossing is one thing, this is that's the name of their building.
So what do you guys want to do about it?
well, number one, the number has to be on the building somewhere.
The number is on the
So
building.
the numbers,
Did-
I
did
don't
we-
know
we
where.
did get it way
I don't know
back
where
when.
this is.
Yeah,
This
yeah, there we
is
go.
Yeah, there is a
Okay.
somewhere.
I knew we did it. I was like,
It's just a weird location.
Yeah, we wouldn't have approved part of it.
Maybe it's not in the location we thought it was going.
Anyway,
Maybe they can move it.
But it's not part of this application.
No,
yes,
it's not.
it's not part of this application, but we find
So
things.
sorry.
You wouldn't be the first one who
Yeah.
came in with one and flagged other issues. All right, so we will approve this administratively. I just need new details on the lighting and the halo lit and the mounts for that. But otherwise, everybody else is happy with the sign and its location and, okay?
Okay.
Great, so everybody will be in touch.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going in reverse really quickly back to ARB 1 2025 Bespoke Goods at 863 Boston Post Road. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Serena Galoo, representing Bespoke Goods.
Okay.
And B. Clements, colleague.
Serena, sorry, can you send your?
G-A-L-U.
The last file?
And,
Or the design?
It should be,
I guess the one that's just, yeah, shows the picture.
well, they're both PDFs. Let's just click on the first one because I'm not sure what that is. I didn't name the file.
Serena, your colleague's name?
Beatrice Clemens.
Sorry, thank you. BEACLEMENTS.
So we also need to see the context, so you'll have to find which file you have that has the look of the store.
Oh, that's in there, I think.
Yeah.
You uploaded that, didn't you?
Yes.
Design and structure at the bottom.
Let's see this one, current photo. There we go. So just for context, so we
Yeah, it's
understand where
not,
we're
we
looking
did
at.
use, he did use that, but that's not the one.
Do you
I
remember
think
what the
it's
file
the
name was?
design on structure, it's the very last one,
Yeah.
Hervé, on the,
Huh? What?
if you go back, it's the very last.
Okay. Just wanted to show what the proportion
Yes.
and where it's located and why the sign is dimensioned the way it is in your proposal. So that's pretty much
Well, that-
fitting in where this one is.
That one there is a little larger than the one that
Okay.
we're gonna use.
All right, very good. Oops.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That's it. And then I have this, the specification here for the dimension whenever you're ready.
Okay. How does this work? Am I supposed to be
Just,
describing stuff?
yes,
What is it made of?
yes,
Our
what is
first
it
time
made of,
basically-
what colors it
Yeah.
is, what the, I guess,
Okay.
aesthetic goal is.
So this is intended to be a wood sign, painted, with 2 Benjamin Moore colors. I don't remember the Benjamin Moore
It was
codes, but
navy.
it's navy, like a navy blue, and then like a putty gray background. It's about 73 inches wide, so if you look at the columns,
Sorry.
okay.
73? right here?
73,
And 12 tall.
correct. So basically, if you look back at where those columns are on either side of the door, it goes past the columns like 3 inches on either side. And the board is 12 inches high.
And how high are the letters?
I don't know the spec on the letters, but we're gonna do it so that you can read it. I mean, I don't know the spec to that though. But we're
That's
gonna,
less than 12
7,
inches.
7.
it's probably like 10, I would say.
Less than
Smaller.
This is 12,
Well,
7.
it's not supposed to be too small, but, oh yeah, that does kind of look a little bit smaller.
So this is 6.
I don't know the measurements of it, but
It's about
we
3.
scaled it so that
Yep.
you could still read it from the
Yeah.
street without it taking up too much of the gray space, because it wouldn't look proportionate.
it's also close to the street.
Is the color represented here on the facade, is that the existing color on the facade, or is that because I felt like.
The color on the actual
Yeah,
building or the
yeah.
sign?
On the actual building.
It looks pretty close to it. yeah.
That's the,
That's
That's
a,
the
that's a
color.
real pic, that's a picture from the other day.
it's a little distorted because
Yeah, it
colors
is
get
looking-
distorted on
Yeah.
photos,
Okay,
but we are not changing the color of the
Okay.
outside of the store.
And then here, like, our sign's not as long, so there's a little touch-up that needs to
We're
be done
touching
on
it.
either side
okay,
with that same color paint.
Yeah.
okay, great.
Exactly.
This is same owner as Good Goods, if you guys are familiar with Good Goods, which has been there for, I don't know, 34 years or something like that. Any
Wow.
questions?
That's impressive that you know that.
Yeah. Good. Simple sign, right?
Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just supposed to look like a quarter board kinda, you know, like a little beachy, simple. Yeah, and the colors go really well with the colors of the building. So it's not, you know, too bright and, I'm an interior designer, so I picked the colors perfectly.
Vince.
Oh my god, it took me like,
And
2
no-
hours.
There's no illumination like.
No.
No, it's just
any
wood.
lamps or anything, so
Yeah,
as
and
a-
the
okay.
Correct, and there aren't any lights out there, so at night, I don't think there is any illumination on the wood sign, right?
No,
No,
not at all. There's lights inside the two windows that
but not on the
go
sign.
down. No, on the
building.
furniture.
Are there any streetlights nearby?
Yes, there's one right
There's
outside.
one,
Okay.
like on the corner by,
Like almost a little bit to that right, like where that door is over
By
there,
Good
like
Goods.
in front of that.
Okay.
And it's actually closer to us. There's a,
is it?
yeah.
That's great.
Remember I was taking pictures of it
No.
for Wave Strong.
Oh,
Yeah, perfect.
All right,
Okay.
I think
Good.
it's very nice, yes.
perfect.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Come into Bespoke Goods.
Yes. Please come visit us.
All right, so next up, we have ARB 6/2025, stretch zone at 1077 Boston Post Road.
Anya, for my notes there.
They were one for it, yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
What-
You're doing great.
Which one's this?
You've
No.
got a lot of backup here.
We'll have to do more of these.
Sorry. I got 20 what? 25 what? 20?
We've got, wait, on the
Yeah,
PL,
Boston
the
Post
PL
Road
is
stretch zone, right?
2520, yes, stretch
Stretch
zone.
zone. Okay. Hi, I'm
We have
Kevin,
So many Kevin Kings.
Kevin Kane, yeah.
Okay.
Owner of Hungwell Signs. Tonight, I'm just here to propose new signage for the stretch zone over near Darien Place, technically, over near, Darien Sports Shop. So this is, again, very similar to what the first sign guy was doing. The way I built these light boxes, I'm just gonna take the face off the old sign that said Laurent Lighting, and put the new, this new face on the existing light box. So it's just white with the, I think it's like an off blue. I think, I'll get you the PMS colors, but I don't think it's a straight black stretch zone lettering. And that's just a gradient.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is
Yeah.
that gold or is it sort of a chartreuse color?
It's kind of a gold,
Okay.
and it fades, it's got a gradient to it. You see it fade off to the left there.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's just gonna be pushed through letters, typical,
Yeah.
with the lights coming out the sides.
For this sign, is there any reason why it has to be precisely that sign? Or could we make it reflective of the architectural details above the window to the left of it? Array, if we like made the sign the same size as that
Paneling.
paneling,
You know,
like it might,
I remember we talked on the phone about this, and I went over there, and every one of these locations in this building have the same trim missing, or where
Okay.
the light box is. So you've got La Taqueria, and you have the barber shop next door, I can't remember his name. But that's just the way it's built, they
Okay.
have no trim on that location there.
okay.
Also, I think he's replacing the light box
The
that's
light box, so
already
you can't
there.
change the.
So it's there
size.
already, so it's gonna, you don't know what it's gonna look like if you,
You think it maybe make it smaller to fit inside
Well,
the
I just,
trim there?
I thought even if
It'd
the
be
light,
nice if
if it
that-
was a light box, even without the trim, but if the light box was the same dimension as the height and width of that detail, it might kind of trick your eye into thinking there's an additional depth to that.
Might be tricky with the circle, making it this
Yeah, it would
circle.
get small, it probably would get smaller.
Make it tiny.
Yeah, it'd get too small.
then you have
So
another sign.
they have a second sign also.
Right, I've taken down the letters already for Laurent Lighting, and this is just gonna be, again, flat cut, 14-inch high letters to fit into the space here.
So I feel like even though it's 14 inches high here, I feel like they went max height on this. And, you know, I think,
It's 16, let me see, I'm sorry, I think I have the measurement.
I think it's 14
Yeah,
high.
but I think the space between the trim is proportioned properly. It's scaled properly, I just can't remember exactly. I think it's 18 and a half.
I think it's
There's
too
another
big.
sign next
Yeah,
door.
it's
isn't there?
Looks-
No, that's
Like
just
the
the
gold,
blank.
like the gold.
This-
The blank.
It used to say Laurent here and then Lighting on the other side.
Okay.
Well,
It is kind of heavy.
it's heavy, it's big, it's very legible, you know, so I feel like it can be smaller, you know,
Yeah. Good.
Now,
It's,
regulation-wise, would these two both be considered wall signs? So technically for one store or one frontage, you get one wall sign, and after that you go into blade sign, or the ARB can allow a secondary wall sign. According to this, secondary wall sign in this zone is 7 square foot max. So
And that's 12 square feet.
this one is 12, so that's your main one, good. Then now you're looking back at this one,
17.
and how big is this one in terms of size? The panel counts, so it's 19 by 54. How's that in square inches and square feet? What's 7 times? What's a thousand?
70, is that 6 square?
Converting to
That's
feet,
7.5.
even what was on the other side?
And that's,
Pretty close,
yeah, I think I got it to,
so that's okay. I mean, it's in the
So they're
range.
both
It's in the range, yeah.
yeah, I think I
It's
got it.
it's just a hair, but you don't,
what's that facing?
if you take a,
Does it face Post Boston, does the larger sign, does it face Boston Post Road?
It faces, it faces the sport shop.
Yeah.
It faces the,
parking lot.
Oh, the back.
it faces south, so when you come out of Darien Sports Shop in the back parking lot, you'll see.
You see
Like, I
it?
think
You'll
this
see it.
is Cafe Nero's like side entrance.
Got it.
Maybe,
Okay.
Over here.
Yeah, Cafe Nero's on the other side of the building, yeah, right.
So it's
As you're walking
kind of
into
two
Posh
parking lots.
and,
Yeah.
down that alley,
Backside and then this side.
yeah.
It's just,
Proportionally, it seems big.
What I should have done is give me the whole, the picture, but because this is double, this, we have another one, same size here, and then
Yeah.
Posh Nails is there. So,
You don't have a second time that says stretch zone, do you? So
No.
You just said that?
yeah, just to see when
Can you
you
make
say
it-
it looks big,
Oh,
if you see,
concerns?
if you saw how big it looked all together.
Right.
should
I
have
see.
given.
Well, I think I have a drawing there.
You do?
Keep going down. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
That's where it is, yeah.
It's
So,
so big, even though you have to,
I think they said, right, I think it was 16 inches. I think I had a larger, and I actually brought it down to,
It's 16 by 150.
I think you could get away with 12 inches.
Yeah.
It'll still read,
You-
because
it's-
stretch is it's bold, so, you
Yeah,
know.
at
it's
12
still
inches, it's
pop.
gonna feel large, and so I think, I think,
want to see what it looks like at 12?
Mhm.
yeah, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's just a, client wants as big as possible. typically.
Yes,
it
of
is.
course, yes.
They do.
Right, and you can see it from a mile away.
What's the dimension between the two on the frame on the panel to the right? Up above?
How big the opening is?
Right there, the height between the two, the tray pieces.
From here to here?
No, to the right, that one.
That's exactly the same, it's 180 inches wide by...
So it's 16 inches tall?
This is, I think it's 18 and a half from top to bottom there, maybe 19. It's 21 from without the trim. I think it's in there, 21 or 24. Actually, she wanted to take the trim off and make it even bigger. But then we talked to him and we said no.
No.
Yes. Well, I mean, it depends how many times you wanna come back here, Kevin.
I try to
like
explain
seeing
to
you,
the,
but-
I try to explain to the clients, I'm like, you can see it from,
Across the
yeah, you're not gonna have to,
From the
Oh,
train.
you'll see it.
You'll
yeah.
see it.
From Mars.
You'll
From
see
the
it.
train going.
So,
Yes.
exactly,
I
you
know.
know, it's like I try to tell them, like, you're gonna see it, don't worry about it.
Yes.
So they always try to, obviously, they think bigger, better, you can see it, but,
Kevin, is there anything on the post road that directs people back to this?
no, only the monument sign that's lit up,
Right.
that's been there forever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to switch out the Laurent graphic
Right,
down
that,
there.
yeah. Does that help people?
I don't know,
Yeah.
actually. I've never got any feedback on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to find places back there,
It is.
yeah.
Okay.
I vote for 12.
Yeah, we
You wanna go 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary?
So I'll write a favorable report conditional on the stretch zone, this sign,
Okay.
being 12 inches high.
You want to do it that way, you want to do a certificate? I mean, you
Okay.
don't, certificate is just, we received a new thing, That way
Okay.
it goes into the picture and that he can use it for his building permit,
Perfect, that's fine too.
right? Is that all
Even
right with
better.
you? So you just send me the image with the 12
Okay.
for that side.
All right, and then we'll do that. Okay.
Makes it a little better than
Okay.
favorable report with conditions.
Yep, all right, that's great. Thanks for that. All right, so next up is ARB 8/2025. Usual lash at 142 Heights Road. That's the Common,
Darien
Darien Commons project.
Hi,
Yeah.
Could you introduce yourself?
Can you walk out and
I
come
was
back
gonna
in?
spin around.
Never
You gotta walk back
Right,
to
right.
that. Who are you with?
I'm Kevin with Hungwell Signs. And
Excellent.
Never been.
we're gonna propose for a new sign for the Darien Commons, the unusual lash.
Unusual?
The
Unusual. Tight, cut it. Want us to do that again? Cut it. Yes, that's all they wanted. They wanted very simple.
And this is just.
Again, it's gonna be, this is another, I don't know if I have it, I might have it in the drawing as a push through.
Okay.
Simple push through sign. Did I not give you the dimension on that? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I
No,
did.
you did.
I think one more further down, maybe.
It was,
Was it in there?
It's in
Yeah,
that.
it was the
Oh,
first.
oh, you saw it?
12 by
There we go,
76.
12 by.
Does it go far? Because in my printout, I have the,
Huh? Oh, you have an angled version?
I have like an
Yeah, that's, I just opened one of your files.
No, it's on my to-watch list.
Yeah, my daughter saw it, so.
Was it a later?
They all are loaded at
They're
the
all
same
I
time.
know.
So I'll open this one. 1 minute.
They're all the
While-
same.
While he's looking it
They're all
up,
the
the spandrel space above the door dimension is
Yeah, but he also has a view.
the
with
same as the height of the sign?
An oblique, he's an oblique view.
Because here
It's not
it's,
there.
Yes.
whoa.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, it's- yeah. Okay, all right, so you're gonna have to do without those two.
right.
So the sign's
Again.
gonna fit in the spandrel space.
Yeah, I should have done this too, I'm sorry. It used to be called Sweet and Sweat or something?
Yeah.
Right? And they went this large, right? And there's holes from the old sign. So you can see how they wanted over, to cover the holes, to fill in that whole space. Typically, we'll go right over the door, but because of what they did, we're gonna go back and, just to make it clean, to cover that whole area. So it's just a typical light box with push-through letters, black letters.
And the night view is the detached letters and the halo light or the.
Yeah,
indirect
like all
on
of
the
them
side.
are there, yeah.
So the more question on this that comes back to it is, all right, there's a good shot right there. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Up?
So, no, down, so you can
Down.
see the one with us displayed. So the spandrel space over the door,
Yep.
the
this
sign
little-
is not gonna be taller or lower than that.
Right, it's just gonna fit, it's gonna be this width, and then it's gonna go from this to that, yes.
Right, so it fits in, so it's not covering the sill of the window above, and it's not covering the
No,
door.
it'll be exactly that.
But
Okay,
it's
yeah,
gonna
right.
be
I just-
on the protruding,
The verticals.
Right, it'll look like the trim left and right over the windows, so it won't be any taller than that.
And is the name repeated in the window? The
No.
circular,
No,
That's just
that's,
left over. from
that's
the other-
left over, okay.
actually, I just put some
Did you see
temporary
this?
ones up for
There's two
coming
verticals.
soon the other day.
Got it,
but
okay.
They're just temporary.
Yeah, okay.
back of the door. There's relief on those vertical.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is,
yes.
So it's gonna span and it's going to be, there's going to be.
There's gonna be a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
I think that's what currently.
But I think they all have a little,
I
most
think
of them
so.
have a gap on
Yeah.
that property.
And is the blade sign replacing an existing
Yes,
same
Same brackets.
brackets?
yeah, same location.
Is it lit? I guess-
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody good?
Just painted, yeah, just
Yeah.
aluminum.
Yeah, as long as
nice
it fits in
aluminum.
below the sill and above the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it,
door
yeah,
frame.
it
Yeah, it
does.
won't go.
And goes
Yeah.
from end of vertical to end of, outside end
Right.
of vertical.
Exactly, nice rectangle box.
The side picture does.
All right, favorable report.
The usual.
And then on to our last business of the night, ARB 9/2025, Spring Pilates at 13 Grove Street.
Hi, I'm Kevin from
Oh, you can go out and come back in.
put a different shirt on. So again, we are proposing, another push-through light boxes. The existing one, I don't even know if they came here for approval, but the existing one, you can see the halo. The one that's there now is from here to here, which is way too big for that space. So we're going to get rid of that, obviously, and then just put one to scale, to the proper square footage. The reason I put two colors, just to get your opinion on whether or not you might, like, she likes this color, which I think goes well with the green. I put white up there just in case you wanted to see what that looked like as well. But I think that's a nice, the only thing I don't want to do white for, because the butcher shop is white.
No,
And it's just a
that's
piece of wood
better.
over there, it doesn't look really.
No, it looks really,
And we talked to Liz, and she said she thought it would be a good idea to propose on both sides. Because back in the parking lot area, so we're going to propose on both sides of the building, as well as the light
I did
signs.
too on the corner.
Yeah, like right across from Fjord, and
Thought you had a picture somewhere.
it's
there.
on the end, yeah.
There's
Again, she kind of liked the circle. I did another drawing, if you go down a little bit lower.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, just to get away from because there's a rectangle there now, but she said, let's try a circle. And I think that looks, actually look nice.
Did you have the circle?
And I'm going to keep it rigid too. I don't want it to swing in this wind, so I'm going to keep it at.
But you're using the same bracket that.
No, I'll get a new
it's
bracket. Yeah, that's, he did a single-sided blade sign. It was,
Yeah.
Blank or
Interesting.
directional?
Yeah, it's kind of like, but this is that's the parking lot sign, side, just over the doorway. Which she's very excited about, because I think in the past we weren't allowed to put signs on the inside of the area there. Or it wasn't really, when I did Fjord, I don't think, I don't know if they even wanted one on the inside there, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think we checked the regulation and you can have two, given the.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be nice there. She's very excited about it.
So, last question, I wasn't sure, did you float the idea of possibly just having white, like spring just be a white or a cream letter halo lit on the green background?
Oh, individual, like a white
Yes.
individual letter?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that, yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is how skinny the letter is, if you do an individual letter like that, and try to pull off the halo lit. So you can see how the S
It'll be
and
hard
G.
to read, actually.
Yeah. And I just don't know, I guess I could see how they built the building, because as you do on individual letters, you have to make sure you can get through.
That fascia board? What-
Yeah,
What
that-
what that's made up of, yeah.
Also, if they're lit, right? You said that these are,
Yeah,
yeah.
just the lettering and
So
the
then if
border.
they're individual letters, you'd have to run wires to each letter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to need that, it would need like
It's
And that-
a back.
the border might be a little
We did
tricky
it
too.
once,
Pilate is
under
pretty
the
small to do
comments.
illumination
That's
from,
right.
as a halo lit. How is that possible?
For which
Yeah,
one?
just the Pilates part, it's a very small letter, so are you able to
Yes, we were able to get
extrude
that small of a letter,
Still
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
So I guess you guys have to choose between the white and the brown, or the taupe.
I like the taupe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, so does she.
I think it's
That's good.
taupe.
Well, what she wanted to do, if that's okay, to do the blade sign in white. She thought it would be too much if we do the same color
Can
everywhere.
you go back to the blade sign?
Yep, I'm working on
Yes,
this.
that was white with the.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
brown one.
I actually like that one.
I like that one too.
So which one are we looking at?
Yeah, like you can see, obviously they gave us 3 samples, but do you have one that you guys like?
I think you're not gonna be able
I like the
to
middle one.
Yeah,
read
the
the
one at the
bottom.
bottom.
It's
is-
cute, it's cute, but I think it's gonna be hard to read.
Yeah, on that turn.
Yeah.
Figures it out.
if anybody knows.
So this one?
Yeah, I like the middle one, because the top one, it's hard to
Top one's hard to read, yeah.
It's hard to read, yeah.
What's the dimensions on the blade sign?
Good question.
Small.
You know, it's small, because typically we'll do 24, but I think that's too big there.
It's gonna be 18 or something?
Yeah, I can double check and scale it. 18, yeah, I'll read.
18, so
Yeah.
let's just say 18.
What I want to see is how high the
The
bracket
letter.
needs to go for that, because with this rectangle.
Yeah, variance under.
Mhm.
So
It might
for,
be too low
for
for any team.
permit processing purposes,
Mhm.
PPP, would be useful to have just the one final choice. So the
Yep.
final choice for each facade and the
And I'll bring
final
it down
blade,
to
make that
18.
one thing.
Yep,
Yep.
And then I can take it, shoot
Good.
it to you as a certificate.
okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, this will be
Yeah, it's too much.
too complicated.
Where's the number on the building?
Do we wanna?
That's a good
Oh yes,
question.
there you go.
I couldn't find one either. I don't know whether, on the other side, I think it says 13 somewhere. Yeah, is that weird?
Is it right above the
Is
door?
that, what is that? No,
It
that's
says
all
B.
Oh.
And 13, because I was trying to find the address for the, just to pull the permits, I couldn't find. I think there's one next to the butcher shop on the other side that says 13. I think the whole building, I even looked on the real estate,
It's-
the
it is
rental
13.
form, it is 13, right? I think that whole building is 13, I think butcher shop is 13 as well as,
What was in that space before?
I'm drawing a
I
blank.
think it was the blow dry.
yeah, blowout.
Oh,
goods,
yeah, oh, right, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Can't read this.
Mm,
It's 13 somewhere, say it's 13, but it didn't, it might be just the whole building.
So if you could remind your clients that they need to have like the address on a door somewhere, right, Sean? Somewhere, that would be great.
Definitely.
I don't know what the suite number is, but I mean, that's it should be 13A, 13B, 13C.
It should say, because yeah, like you see here, it just says.
On the main door.
Yeah.
13B would be great. You know,
13B.
some
I can't
pillows.
see the thing. I didn't look at it when I drove by the other day. I forgot to look at that.
Yeah. That's the only thing I found is with 13 there, the butcher shop.
And then it seems like we're all in agreement that we like the taupe background and that we like either the center with option B on
Yeah, middle option.
the middle
Yeah, the
option
middle
on the
option.
blade
Is
line.
it,
At 18.
option B, is it labeled option B? Just, sorry.
No.
No.
It's not.
No.
I could add the attachment when I get all
I'll just
the
check for my
other.
notes.
This is the one.
That could be B, yeah.
Then really quickly, Kevin, just on all the lighting here, what Kelvin have you been?
We just keep it at
choosing?
5,000.
At 5,000?
Yeah, I think
And has
that's
that been
what-
pretty good?
Yeah, for every, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Was 5,000 what the Darien Commons had
Yep.
also specified for all their units?
Yeah.
Some of them were 3.
I think some of them were 3.
Yeah.
Some of them were downgraded to 3 because
Oh,
5
really?
was a little too bright.
Mhm.
But it also depends on the design because, these are thinner letters, so,
Yeah,
Kind of a-
there's a new one there that's pretty bright. Is it purple sign, is it?
but I think we had a lot of 3s.
Yeah, I think we did a lot of
downgraded to
3s,
3.
and I might have been
It's on the
slipping on these
warmer-
reminders.
Warmer side of things.
Like Malta, all the ones I've done so far, they've been
No,
5.
the three's
Malta.
warm.
Yeah, 3's warm, which is why.
I think it was 35.
Actually, residentially, we're doing 3 consistently, and I've had a few clients ask for 35. So it's like going up as far as
I think
perception.
people are just
Tell them to
getting
go
used
get
to
their
it.
eyes checked.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like,
Right.
give me the 2,700 to the 2,000. It's a darker corner. I'm worried that if it's 5,000, it'll be super bright. I don't know what increments the LEDs come in.
Well, the 5,000 and the lumen output are kind of
Yeah,
different
I
things.
don't know
It's
what
just
the
how,
lumen of it is, yeah.
that's how bright it is, when you talk about brightness.
I'll defer to you on this, but like I think I don't want it to be the one light in that back area where,
Totally get
is at 4:30 PM when you're driving in that area, it's,
I
So-
try to keep it 3/8 inch coming off instead of, because you can imagine if it's a thicker acrylic,
Yeah.
you get more light coming through it.
yeah.
I think that helps
Okay.
keeping it. I totally get it.
The letters are pretty skinny too, so it's not like.
Too bold.
It's not
Yeah,
too bold,
it's
it's
not
not
too bold.
big.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
I
I
just-
don't want it to be like a,
Trying to keep the town, lighting
right, yes.
as minimal as safely allowed. All right, I think that's all good? Yep, favorable
Yep.
report?
Yep.
Excellent.
Good, thank you.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Right, next up on business, board business, Hervé is going to talk about the administrative approval certificates that he's issued.
Yeah, so we had 2 this month. I didn't print them because it's no point, but Sedgwick Loft and was the construction fence. So they came and they showed us what it would look like to have the alternating. So this was like their second or third time. We minimized the amount of contact information on one panel at the corner of the intersection, and everything else is either a blank black panel or a rendering, which just is a rendering, just kind of inspired by the Corbin. And the other one was Zucchero. They had to adapt, if you remember, what used to be the old sugar bowl. They had to adapt the size of the letters a little bit, make them thicker, blah, blah, and recenter the breakfast dinner on the awning. So that was one of those modifications. Ashley provided a revised drawing that was easy to do. These were the only 2. Sure.
Interrupted? No? Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm done.
Are they renovating the whole inside of that
Yeah.
after Peter?
Yeah, they're changing a few things in there. There are things they can't change.
Right.
And also the location of equipment and all that. The kitchen is, kind of.
Are they changing out the banquettes?
That I haven't seen. They only give me the tenant fit up is only showing the fixed portions. So furniture is typically not part of the building permit that I see, so I don't really know. But the counter is pretty much where the counter was. I mean, there are things that they're keeping.
The bar, will that stay there?
I think the bar is staying. Is there a bathroom in the back that has been renovated or something?
Okay.
Yeah.
When are they opening?
Don't know. I just received yet another revised version of 205 Boston Post Road, the Superfood. We're changing their layout again inside. Like, I don't know, at some point they'll be serving food.
Well, if they don't care.
There a sink went there, and it's like, okay guys, anytime you want to get going, it's like, so I've approved the first one, I'm reapproving this one. It's like no zoning impact, it's just, keep going.
They're supposed to be seed oil free, so it feels like now might be the time to strike before all the studies come out that show that it's totally fine. Okay, and those are just the only 2?
Yeah, these are the only 2 that I did this month.
Great, and then I guess minutes. Has everybody read the minutes? All good? All right, so minutes are approved. And it is 7:52, not a new record sadly, and we are adjourned.
Considering their 6th application, that's not bad at all.